North Carolina's offense has been explosive all season long, and much of the notoriety for that goes to Drake Maye and the skill position players. But this offense would not be where it is without the great work of the offensive line and players like Asim Richards, today's guest on Locked On Tar Heels.
You are Locked On Tar Heels, your daily podcast on the UNC Tar Heels, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey there, it's Thursday, November 17th, 2022. Welcome into the Locked On Tar Heels podcast, the only daily North Carolina show out there. I'm your host, Isaac Shade, and I want to thank you for making Locked On Tar Heels your first listen or your first watch every single day. Please don't forget that we are free and available anywhere you get podcasts. So you can subscribe right now to make sure you don't miss a second of your team every day. We are joined today on Locked On Tar Heels by UNC senior offensive lineman Asim Richards. Our interview today is brought to you by Heels for Life, the collective supporting UNC Football. Now, Asim, what an awesome, frankly, year it has been. The Tar Heels are 9-1. But when you look back, last season was understandably a disappointment given all the preseason expectations. But this season is like the exact opposite. Low expectations, but big time results. Has that made this ride all the sweeter getting to 9-1 that nobody expected you to do?
Well, of course, it's been very sweet. So last year, like you just said, we had very high expectations, and we really didn't live up to them at all. But coming into this year, we had low expectations, but we had high expectations for ourselves. The outside sources had low expectations
That's right.
for us. And so we really just went to work knowing we could do something special. And when we actually put that product on the field, it's great, honestly. Very
Yeah. How fun is that to know, like, listen, nobody outside of this locker room is expecting big things out of us, but we know we're about to come up and blow things up. Like, it's almost like you got this secret that nobody else knows.
Yeah,
How fun is that?
that's that's what makes this group so special. Honestly, we just put our heads down, we work, we love being around each other, and we can honestly, y'all probably can see that like on the field, our
Absolutely.
camaraderie. So we just come in, work for each other, play for each other, and we're at 9-1 right now. And hopefully we're gonna keep this rolling, and
That's
it'll
right.
be very sweet at the end.
That's right. Absolutely keep it rolling. In fact, while you guys, the Tar Heels have already clinched the ACC Coastal
Mhm.
and big things ahead with that, Clemson in the ACC championship game, a bowl game to follow, and next week, Thanksgiving week, NC State. And so the question then becomes, this Georgia Tech game this coming weekend could be something of a trap game.
Yep.
How are you guys going about staying dialed in on this Georgia Tech game and not looking ahead, both in terms of what the coaches are asking of you and how you guys as upperclassmen leaders are help keeping everyone focused?
Absolutely. So the coaches are really helpful in keeping us dialed in. We always say practice to our standard
Mhm.
because if we practice at a, a lower standard, say, like this Georgia Tech team, people may not think highly of them, but we know that they can actually come in and do some damage. So we're just going to practice to our standard, and the character in our room and on the team is very high. So we can honestly do a lot of good things. People will stay dialed in, and the character will carry this team. And I'm excited to see us play on Saturday, and just the rest of the season. But we got to take on one game at a time and not look ahead. So that's what we're doing.
I love to hear that character, man. That's what it's all about. And it's like at this point we're 9-1. Let's not screw it up by looking ahead past Georgia Tech. Well, awesome. Not only has this team turned around the overall record, but you go from being winless on the road last year, 0 wins away from Keenan, and now this season, the greatest road record in Carolina history at 6-0. What sort of changes, big or small, whatever, have allowed that to happen away from Keenan?
Well, just like I said, the character in the room, we have more focus than we had last year.
Mm.
Even though we was a good team last year, we had a lot of talent, but the focus wasn't there. The just the character in the room wasn't there, and honestly, we just flipped that on its head. going from winless to uh, undefeated on the road. So honestly, I really enjoy seeing the growth of this team, and we're going to keep on building. And I'm excited to see what holds for us in the future.
Yeah, and it's so funny with those road wins because all of them have been by one score or less.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I know for people watching who are not in uniform, we're sitting there like, "Oh my word, what's gonna," And so a lot of games it's been getting a stop or that first down this week, and then you get 3 straight games now with victory formation to end the
Mhm.
game in the red zone, killing red zone efficiency, but you'll take it, right?
Yeah.
What is going on for you on the sidelines, or if you're out on the field, as these close road wins are unfolding? Are you feeling those nerves and the tension of that moment?
Look, I'm definitely feeling the nerves. When I'm on the sideline watching our defense, even though I have full confidence in our defense,
Absolutely.
they always come through at the end. Fourth quarter, they're dialed in. But you always gonna get some nerves, even though you're confident in them.
That's
And
right.
when I'm on the field, I know that we're gonna go down, drive, and score. And I'm pretty sure I'm sure that the defense have confidence in us. So honestly, sometimes I feel like a fan just watching them play because I love seeing my brothers on the other side of the ball play. So
That's right.
honestly, I'll be enjoying it, but my nerves get get a little riled up too.
I love to hear it. It's good to know that we're all in good company together. And boy,
Mhm.
what a pick by Cam Kelly to seal that things this week, especially after having, taken that poor angle earlier in the game. Great redemption for
Yeah,
him
absolutely.
last week. I got to ask you, going back to the offensive side, Awesome, what's it like to be part of such an explosive offense?
It's great, honestly. We're just out there having fun, and when we scoring, that means we're having fun doing good things. So I really enjoy I really enjoy being part of this offense. I love when Drake spread the ball around, so multiple people get an opportunity to score, and I can go celebrate with multiple of my guys. So I love being a part of this offense.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it is a lot of fun to watch, and I'm so glad you guys are having the season you are. Now, a year after Sam Howell, when it's like, boy, this is the best quarterback in Carolina history. It's nowhere to go but down from here.
Yes.
Well, Drake is, with all due respect to Sam, Drake has continued to take it to new levels, an unprecedented season. And we didn't even know publicly he'd be the starting quarterback until the Florida A&M game week. Are there things that you all saw in the preseason that indicated he might have the type of season he's having?
Yes, absolutely. I've seen a lot of great things from Drake, but just saying that too, I've seen a lot of great things from Jacolby.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great things for Connor Harrell, Jeffrey Boaz. We have some really, really good and talented quarterbacks. And honestly, I think that competition grew helped grow
Mhm.
Drake into the player
Interesting.
he is. So honestly, I just love seeing all of them grow, all of them compete, and they still continue to compete and be locked dialed in practice and helping us win. So I kind of knew our quarterback room was going to be special. And Drake just got the opportunity to do
That's
it,
right.
and he's took it and ran with it. Honestly, so I'm
Boy,
proud of him.
yes, absolutely he has. Well, that's talking a lot about the offense. I want to know more about what's enabled Awesome to take a big leap this season, more about the O-line, and we're going to find more about that in just a second. But first, this episode is brought to you by Nugenics. I tell you what, as it gets into the holidays, my eating habits go out the window, and I've got a straight up dad bod. I don't have the time to work out, but like you, I want the energy and body I once had. You want more energy to counter the negative physical effects of aging? Well, Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster with Testofen will help you turn back the clock, re energize your workouts, get you better results at the gym, and help you look and feel like the man you really want to be. Nugenix Total T is the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. So get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T right now when you text college to 231 231. Text now and get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back into shape fast, and it's absolutely free. Text college to 231-231. Again, that's college to 231-231. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to make purchase. Message and data rates may apply. For your second listen today, check out the Locked On Sports Today podcast. From the games that matter the most to the biggest sports stories, go beyond the scoreboard and behind the scenes with local experts and insights that only Locked On can provide. Locked On Sports Today, available on YouTube and anywhere else you get podcasts. Well, Awesome, much of the success of Carolina's offense, currently fourth in the nation in total yards per game, is owed to you guys on the offensive line, a unit that I know you are insanely proud to be a part of. I'm curious what influence Coach Jack Bicknell has had on this group, on this offensive line room.
Yeah, so he came in this year and really has pushed us to be the best we could be. He's showed us how to be more aggressive, not so tentative and like pass setting. And I know that a lot last year we didn't have the best season. We kind of got, got got a lot of stuff thrown on us, and rightfully so. We didn't have the best season, but honestly, we just came, flipped it around, changed our mindset. Being more aggressive, just working on our technique, and it's obvious it's showing. And I'm just so proud of the rest of the O linemen who has come a long way from being there at Montellis. That's right next to me. He's having a great season.
Absolutely.
We got a new transfer, Corey Gaynor. Also another transfer in Spencer Rowland. And I love seeing the growth that Will Barnes has had over the years. So I'm just proud of the guys, and I love playing with them.
Absolutely. Well, you talked about Spencer Rowland and Corey Gaynor coming in as transfers and now being starters on the line along with you and Ed and Will. And so what not just you other three starters, but other guys, Brian Anderson and the rest of the room, what have you been able to do to assimilate both Spencer and Corey into what you guys are doing as a line?
Yeah. Well, honestly, our group as a whole, we're great people to be around, and I love being around those guys. So it's really enjoyable. Honestly, football is enjoyable when you have people around you that makes it enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I love coming in every day, being with those guys. And so Spencer and Corey thought the same thing when they came in, and they really enjoyed their time here, and they made the room better themselves because they had so much to add to it.
Yeah.
And they're wonderful people, and honestly, they fit right in. So it's great. It's great. It's a great fit for them.
I love that. And I've often thought about, I love it because Gaynor's from Miami, like a typical traditional party school, and Rollins from Harvard, all buttoned up and like, do they ever give each other a hard time about that? Or do you guys give them a hard time about being from such different types of schools?
I mean, we never really gave them a hard time, but our coach, Coach Bicknell, he's from Boston College, right?
That's right.
There. And so he gives Spencer a hard time for going to Harvard because supposedly they right down the street or something from each other. But Corey, we beat their school like a couple weeks ago, gave him a little bit of hard time, but he definitely he wanted that. He wanted
I bet
that game. So
yeah,
how much of a hard time could we really give him? No.
Well said. I love that. Now, Awesome. I want to focus in on you specifically. And per PFF, you currently grade out as the 6th best tackle in the nation this season. Just 1 sack allowed, 2 hits, 6 hurries. I mean, thinking back to just a couple years ago where you started as a freshman, how have you been able to have such exponential growth up until this point?
Well, honestly, I just kept working and, I lost a little confidence the years coming, like last year, lost a little confidence in myself, but I have regained that with the help of the people around me, help of Coach Bicknell, and just been playing well, and I'm so grateful that people are noticing. But yeah, So I mean, really just kept working at it, worked on my skills this off season, and just being more aggressive,
Hmm,
using proper technique. And I'm just repeating myself, but I'm just glad people actually
that's
noticing.
great. Man, yes. It's like, man, all this hard work and you don't have to have that, but it's just nice when it's like, yeah, I'm doing good things and this aggressiveness is paying off and all that. And so I love it.
Yeah.
So awesome for you. This is your fourth year. You're a senior. And I know you're focused on the rest of the regular season, the ACC championship game, eventually a bowl game. But have you started giving any thought to what comes after this year? I know with COVID, there's the opportunity to stay around for a fifth year if you wanted to, but you could also move on to the NFL draft or other things. Have you kind of started processing any of that yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely have been thinking about it, and I don't think I'm going to come to a decision
Okay.
any until like maybe like late December or something
Okay.
around that time, because there's a lot to think about, a lot to talk with my family about,
Absolutely.
and so it's definitely exciting though. The prospect of what's the future is holding
Yeah.
is exciting, and I'm just excited to see what I'll be doing. You know.
Well, it is a product of all your hard work, a testament to that. And I tell you what, from those of us watching and listening in, we can't wait to track right along with you because we all just feel like you're our little brother or whatever it is. Just so proud of you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, folks, for those of you who don't know, Awesome is from Philly, home of the greatest sports fans in the world. And I want to know what makes that place so different and so special. We'll find out from Awesome in just a moment. But first, this episode is brought to you by BetOnline, your number one source for sports betting info, stats, news, and analysis. Get the latest odds and trends for every professional and amateur league out there. From football to basketball to soccer and esports, we've got it all at BetOnline. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. They're always the fastest and easiest way to get your betting fix. So, head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about all the trends in action. Bet online, where the game starts. It's so great to be joined today on Locked on Tar Heels by senior UNC offensive lineman Asim Richards. And Asim hails from Philly. Now, Asim, cards on the table. I grew up in Atlanta. I'm a Braves fan, so I am very mad at the Phillies right now. But you know what? It's good. I want to ask you, what don't people get about Philly that they need to know?
Um, Honestly, the sports fans are the best in the world. I understand people may not appreciate that, but I really appreciate their passion. And they will honestly, they'll fight for their team anytime, and I really admire that.
Okay, so if you had to take, man, it's been a great fall for Philly sports. Honestly, the Phillies just made it to the World Series. Unfortunately, fell to the Astros. The Eagles 8-0 start. Man, crazy! Just lost their first game. Unfortunately, this past weekend, 76ers Joel Embiid went off the other night, and the Flyers, they're playing about 500 right now. But if you had to take one of these Philly teams, which one is it?
One,
One. You can only have one.
only have one. Right now, I'm very proud of my Eagles, so I'll probably have to go with them.
Okay. Man, now listen, it's going to be bad. What happens if Carolina goes to the Orange Bowl and faces Alabama? You got Jalen Hurts,
Oh,
doing things for the Eagles. It's going to be interesting there.
oh yeah, absolutely. That would be crazy, right?
Oh, man, that's good. Okay, folks, we got some quick hitter questions for Awesome, and I want to make sure that you give the right answers because I'll tell you when you're wrong. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Coke or Pepsi?
Go.
Okay, good. You got that one right.
Yeah.
We're off to a good start. All right, next, social media. Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter?
Right now, I'm leaning more to TikTok. I like watching those videos.
Get into it. I love it. The best holiday is what?
So I'm Muslim, so I'm gonna say Eid.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
You're out eating and you got French fries. What are you dipping your French fries in?
I love to dip my waffle fries in the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, bro, let's go. I'm right with that.
Uh-huh. Great. It's great.
If you could play any other position on the football field other than offensive line, what would it be?
Defensive line.
Okay. Any specific position?
Honestly, I played DN in high school, but
Okay.
DN, yeah.
Love it. Now, in another interview recently, I heard you talking with the media back and forth about your basketball playing days in high school. So I got to ask you this. Who would have more success? You going up against Armando Bacot down in the post or Armando coming up against you on the line?
Oh, I believe in my basketball ability. So I'm going to just have to go with me versus Armando on the post.
That's right.
I like my post game.
Would love to see it. Let's go find some videos, folks. All right.
I had to do that.
Finish this quote. When I'm not playing football or studying, I would love to be what?
You talking about the future?
We'll do that one next. Yeah, I guess I didn't phrase that very well. Like, just what else do you love to do when you're not playing football?
Oh, I love hanging out with my friends, of course. Love spending time with my family. Definitely love going to the movies and just seeing a really good Black Panther movie.
Have you seen the new one?
I've just seen a new one, yes.
Man. Okay, no spoiler alerts, but how was it?
It was a good movie.
Awesome. I haven't had a chance to see it. I need to go get after that.
You definitely should.
Thanksgiving break, man. I'll take advantage of it.
Perfect time to see it.
Oh, man. Okay, so now the question you were wondering about, when my football days are over, I want to what?
I want to be a general manager.
Okay, of a football team?
Of this, I honestly want to be a general manager for the 76ers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that always been a dream of mine.
Nice. Man, would love to see it. Can't wait to watch that happen. Speak it into existence. Awesome.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
go. Okay, you can go to dinner with one athlete, dead or alive. Who is it and why? And most importantly, where are you going to eat?
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely taking LeBron James because just all the stuff he's obviously a great athlete, and that's apparent. But all the great stuff that he does for the community.
Yep.
And just how well spoken he is, how good of a person he is. I would love to sit down, have a conversation with him, and eat. Where would I eat though? That's a good question. Maybe take him to the steakhouse Roof Chris or something.
Yes. How do you get your steak cooked?
I like mine's medium.
Yes. That's 2 for 2 on right answers. Awesome. I'm proud of you. All right, changing gears just a little bit. NIL has been such a big win for you all as student athletes. How are you taking advantage of that? And how is Heels for Life helping you do so?
Heels for Life definitely has opened some opportunities for me to engage more in the NIL world. And I definitely I didn't take advantage of NIL early. Like I could have, because O lineman, like who cares about the O line? That's what I was thinking at least. So, I didn't think I'd get many deals, but honestly, Heels for Life actually helped me a lot with that. So I'm grateful.
Well, another thing Heels for Life has going on right now is the November Blitz Challenge in cooperation with Me Fine. So awesome. And Heels for Life athletes are promoting this local nonprofit, Me Fine, via a social media campaign going on in November. All month long, it's a donation drive, which ends next Friday, Black Friday, at the NC State game on November 25th. So donors who give up to $25, every $25 entered is an entry to win, can be entered to win autographed memorabilia from Heels for Life athletes, including Awesome. What does Me Fine do? Great question. They help families who are undergoing medical crises. They help them out with financial assistance for domestic needs like mortgages, phone bills, groceries, all these types of things. I think this is so great. Awesome. I love that you guys are part of this. Why does it matter to you to be part of such a great thing like this Me Fine campaign?
Yeah, of course. So just like you said, it's a great thing, and it really helps our families that needs it. And so also with donations, we just put it on our social media and we try to spread awareness. And with the donors, you can also get like memorabilia and all that. So it's also a great way to do a little good, get a little
Yeah.
back, So I just think it's a terrific thing to do.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so grateful to you and the other Heels for Life athletes for being part of this and raising awareness to help these people with their ongoing bills. Great work. And you know what? Leading up to the NC State game, we got a little revenge to take care of. Cannot wait to see that happen. But first, folks, Georgia Tech coming up this weekend. All eyes on the Yellow Jackets. Awesome. Last question I want to ask you, and then we'll get you out of here. What does it mean to you to be a Tar Heel?
So what Tar Heel means to me is that you value your academics as much as you value your sports, because I know playing football is not forever, and that's for sure. And so when you getting a degree at a university such as this is wonderful. And so when you have that to fall back on after your playing days are over, that's great. And just how being a Tar Heel is the connections you make during your time here, just going out, being on campus, talking to people, talking to very, very intelligent people in class, and just getting to know them. And there's really no other place like this. And I'm so proud. I'm proud to be a Tar Heel.
Absolutely. That's very well said, brother. Asim Richards, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck to you Saturday against Georgia Tech and the rest of the season. Cannot wait to see how you and your brothers finish out this season.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
That's it for today's episode of Locked on Tar Heels. My thanks to Asim Richards for joining us and to Heels for Life for the great work that they do. Coming up tomorrow, we got 2 game previews. Carolina hosting Georgia Tech in football this weekend and hosting James Madison in basketball on Sunday. You can follow the show on Twitter at Locked on Heels, and you can follow me at Isaac Shade. Thanks for making Locked on Tar Heels your first listen. For your next listen, make sure to check out Locked on Sports Today. The biggest stories of the day, plus instant reactions, game recaps, and of course, the take of the day. Available on the Odyssey app, YouTube, and anywhere else you get podcasts. I want to thank you so much for joining me on a Thursday. It's a great day to be a Tar Heel. Until tomorrow, peace.